We have been attracting several ruby-throated hummingbirds to our yard in the north suburbs of Chicago for more than 10 years with a variety of colorful flowers and hummingbird feeders. Anyone that lives east of the Mississippi River can attract this wonderful tiny bird to your yard. Supplemental feeders are most beneficial to hummingbirds when nectar and insects are scarce. Usually the birds arrive from migration in early spring and when they are preparing to migrate south after the breeding season. Begin hanging feeders out in late April, early May. We prefer to use the saucer-shaped feeders because they are the easiest to clean. During extremely hot summer days, it is very important to replace the sugar water and clean the feeder thoroughly daily. Otherwise, every 2 days is sufficient in warm weather. Sugar water quickly ferments in extreme hot weather, producing alcohol, which is toxic to hummingbirds. During cooler months, clean the feeders every 3 to 4 days. Mix your own sugar water using fine granulated sugar, 1 part sugar to 4 parts water, or a mixture of 1/4 cup of sugar and 1 cup of warm water, and stir thoroughly for several minutes to completely mix it. We normally refill ours after 9 p.m. after they cool and when they are finished feeding for the day. We place the feeders near colorful flowers and close to our house so we can watch them and take photos. Keep the feeders away from your windows so they don't accidentally crack. Colorful nectar-producing flowers play a huge role in attracting hummingbirds. They are also attracted to other types of flowers, such as zinnias, that provide insects for protein. Nurseries often have tags in potted plants to tell you if plants need full sun or not. Those tags will also tell you if a flowering plant is meant for hummingbirds. In our yard, we have one of their favorite black-blue salvia plants. Make sure that these flowers are grown in large pots because they bloom all summer through early fall, cutting back the spent flower stems. We love watching the hummingbirds go from flower to flower feeding on the nectar. We also have the summer jewel red salvia, which we often grow from seeds indoor in the spring. Hummingbirds are also attracted to bright, vibrant colors, especially red, orange, and yellow. Gardenmeister upright fuchsia and a hanging basket of fuchsia are some of their favorite flowers in shadier areas. This summer, we also grew cardinal flowers, Lobelia cardinalis, in a pot which grew over 4 feet tall. Great blue lobelia, Lobelia cephalotica, is another variety that the hummingbirds feed on in late summer. We also have other animals they like, such as lantana and Torrenia. We document the hummingbirds' arrival and departure date each year. They normally arrive in mid-May and depart near the end of September. We believe the same hummingbirds return every year and their family because their behavior is similar, and we know they nest in the area because they are here all summer. My partner George LeClaire is a retired photojournalist and has been photographing birds for decades. His favorite bird to photograph is the hummingbird. I think he has taken over 5,000 photos of them in the last 10 years. He is able to photograph the hummingbirds through the patio door and window with a zoom lens because the backyard space is small. He has a public photo gallery of his best hummingbird photos and on his Facebook page. Hummingbirds have an impressively high metabolism that requires them to eat very often. We see ours about every 15 or 20 minutes and even more frequently in September when they are preparing to migrate. By planting a variety of flower species with different bloom times spanning late spring to early fall, you can provide adequate food resources for hummingbirds throughout the entire breeding season. Hummingbirds are typically territorial and will remember and return to their feeding territories and have strong spatial memory and mental map that allows them to remember beneficial locations over thousands of miles on migration and return the following year. You can also attract hummingbirds to your yard with these wonderful flowers: cardinal vine, columbine, kufia, delphinium, petunia, bee balm, hummingbird mint, butterfly bush, zinnia, rosa sharon, foxglove, bleeding heart, morning glories, and canna lily. There is some evidence that hummingbirds recognize and form attachments to people. They remember kind humans who provide abundant nectar and may show preference for these feeders and people. I hope this video has helped you and you are able to attract hummingbirds to your yard.